Carnahan fam. Today we are diving into our 5th unit of our play-based preschool program. So the units that we've had up until now are In the Fall, On the Farm, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and now Christmas. Also, this is not our first Christmas vlog that is out, so if you haven't seen them yet, we have a toddler gift guide of all the things that we would recommend through the moon a million times again. Check that one out. Our Christmas traditions that we are doing as a family this year, as well as a Christmas decorate with me and how we toddler proof for our 1 and 2-year-old. So if you haven't seen those videos yet, you're definitely gonna wanna check them out. To be honest, because December's just started, we're not even entirely through this unit yet, but if you can tell from behind me, we are having a ball. So we hope you enjoy these activities that we're gonna share with you today. We took some of your feedback that you had from our last video, and we'll talk about the vocabulary, and we'll talk about a few book recommendations as well before we get to the activities. And then of course, we're gonna be having our giveaway of 10 copies of our play-based preschool curriculum. Also, many of the products that we'll be using for this unit will be in our Amazon shop. So amazon.com/shop/the Carnahan fam, and you can see all of our product recommendations there, from our toddler gift guide to just general preschool must-haves and then specific things to this unit. All right, that's enough business. Let's get started. For this unit, we have 16 words for vocabulary, and they are Santa, reindeer, sleigh, tree, ornament, lights, Christmas, present, stocking, bell, fireplace, elf, wreath, chimney, candy cane, and gingerbread. These are the words that are coming up most commonly among our books, and just in the topic in general as we continue to sing songs and do activities together, these were the words that were definitely the most frequent, and we felt like were really good vocabulary words to be able to help your child to understand the entirety of the unit. Now for a couple book recommendations. Our first book is actually paired with one of the literacy activities that we're going to be showing in this video today, and it is Merry Christmas, Mouse. Now this story is super simple. Mouse puts on his tree 1 star, and then 2 angels, 3 snowflakes. It is a great, simple book that makes it easy to practice counting, and I love the simplicity about that. And then we have a super fun activity that Christian just loved paired with that book. So if there's any book that you get for this unit, we would definitely recommend Merry Christmas, Mouse. Another book that we recommend just for fun is Mistletoe, and Mistletoe is quite the tongue twister. I always get a little tripped up reading this book every year. This book is about Moose, and this father is trying to set up the most perfect, wonderful Christmas for his family. He's meticulous, he's thoughtful, everything is check, checkity check, because he is just on top of it until he forgets something really important. And then this father spends the rest of the book trying to figure out how to get his family a Christmas tree and ends up coming home empty-handed. But he is creative, he is thoughtful, and he is resourceful, and he has a very silly plan involved in how he gets his family his Christmas tree. This book is so fun, especially for your older preschool children. The next book we wanted to share was Bear Stays Up for Christmas. And I love this book because, as you know, bears hibernate for the winter, and so normally they're not awake for Christmas. But this year, Bear stays up and he gets to enjoy all of the wonderful parts of Christmas with his friends, and they really make it a meaningful and wonderful experience for him. So these are 3 of some of our favorite books this season, but if you check out our curriculum, we have dozens and dozens more that really go along well with the Christmas theme. Now onto our activities. Today we're going to share 3 literacy activities, 3 math activities, 1 fine motor activity, and 1 art activity. This is just a little sneak peek of the activities that are included in our play-based preschool Christmas unit. Let's start with literacy activities. And literacy activities in our units focus not only on letter names and sounds, which is a huge foundational part of kindergarten readiness skills, but also phonological awareness, which is their ability to hear sounds. So the beginning sound in a word, hearing rhymes, hearing syllables, those kinds of things. That's phonological awareness. We always address name recognition as well, so your child can recognize their name as they go into kindergarten, which is huge. We also address concepts of print, also known as book skills, and then we also dive into comprehension skills, which are the skills that your child demonstrates as they show understanding and comprehension of stories. Our first literacy activity is a letter knowledge activity, and we're going to be doing ABC lights match. In preparation, we printed out a string of lights with letters that match the skill level that our toddler is at right now. Then laminating it, cutting it into strips, and taping it to our fridge, we were all set up to make it a magnetic experience. You can also just do this on a flat surface and still use magnetic letters, they just wouldn't stick. Or you could easily use letters that are not magnetic. The way you set up the activity is not that important. What's most important is that your child is getting opportunity to play and practice letter names and sounds. We simply put our letters into a bucket with some tinsel. That way, as our toddler dug them out of the bucket, he said the letter name and sound, I said the letter name and sound. We had conversation about words that make that sound. It was a great, playful experience, and then he went ahead and matched it to the light on the fridge. Our next literacy activity goes along with Merry Christmas Mouse, and it is a comprehension activity. So in the beginning of the day, we read Merry Christmas Mouse. We talked about the words, talked about the pictures, rather than just reading straight through the story. It was more of an interaction. And then we printed out a Christmas tree and the ornaments that match the story. All of these printables are included in our curriculum, so don't feel like you need to go out and make it yourself. Then as we reread the story together, as Mouse added the ornaments to his tree, so did our preschooler. By the end, we had a very full, very decorated Christmas tree. We were also able to incorporate a lot of counting as well because of the nature of Merry Christmas Mouse. Two birds with one stone, and that's an activity that I can appreciate. With every unit, we also pair a themed song or finger play that you repeat every day with your preschooler. This is really important because research shows that exposing your child to nursery rhymes and other repetitious finger plays enhances your child's ability to develop that phonological awareness skill and to be able to recognize rhyme. When you and I were small children, we didn't have as much access to technology and every little thing that could grab our attention. And what did our parents do? They sang us nursery rhymes. Itsy Bitsy Spider, I'm a Little Teapot, Mary Had a Little Lamb, London Bridge is Falling Down. You would be shocked to hear how many kids I had as kindergartners who had never heard those songs. When a child makes it to kindergarten without having had repetitious nursery rhymes, generally what I saw was a very underdeveloped ability to recognize rhyme, which is a key and very important pre-reading skill. So every day we're repeating rhymes, and that is why our curriculum comes with one that we say every day, but also a list of additional rhymes that you can incorporate as well. All right, let's now move on to our math skills. And when you think math skills, you're probably thinking number recognition, counting, shapes, and maybe colors. Colors can fall into there too, but math skills are so much more than that. So yes, counting and recognizing numbers fall under what we call number sense. And number sense is something we absolutely are going to address in our play-based preschool curriculum. And then we have geometry, which is absolutely identifying those shapes. Color identification can actually fall under sorting, but sorting is actually a greater category that can include lots of different things. But sorting is something that we consider a math skill, as well as patterning and measurement as well. Our first math activity, gingerbread sorting, is a sorting activity. Now, the first time we sorted our gingerbread men, we sorted them by color. The gingerbread men with red buttons and the gingerbread men with green buttons. But we also did this sorting activity by gingerbread men who had bow ties and gingerbread men who had hair bows. And then you could also go as far as to sort the gingerbread men by the shape of their buttons. There's circles, there's squares, and there's triangles. There's gingerbread men with 2 buttons and gingerbread men with 3 buttons. There are so many ways that your child could come up with sorting these gingerbread men, but that's one reason why it makes this so fun. This open-ended and endless opportunity of ways to play with these gingerbread men really makes it fun and engaging for your kiddos. You can pick up a couple dollar store cookie sheets and add some Velcro dots to them to place your gingerbread cookies on. Or like you can see back here, we have a felt gingerbread house that our gingerbread like to live on when they're not being baked in the oven. Our next math activity you can actually see right there, and it is roll a reindeer. Now when I did this activity with our toddler, I realized it could have used a little bit more guidance for a younger child. So the one that you see me doing here with Christian, it has words on it and no outline where those objects belong. Now our updated template included in our curriculum, it actually has pictures to represent the objects of the reindeer that you will add to his face, and the pieces of the reindeer that actually get put on have a little outline on the template as well, so your child knows where the piece goes. To do this activity, we went ahead and printed, laminated, and cut out the pieces ahead of time and added Velcro dots to the back of them so that as you build your reindeer, you can stick the pieces on. Then as your child rolls a number, say they roll the number 5, they count the dots on the dice, or otherwise just identify the number that's on the dice and then add that piece of the reindeer to their reindeer. This roll a reindeer game works on building your child's number sense as they continue to count the dots on the die, practicing their counting, or just looking at the die and knowing what the number is, and that skill is actually called subitizing, which is a really important kindergarten readiness skill as well. Our last math activity that we are including in our video today is another number sense activity, and this is our jingle bell cutters. Give your preschooler a basket of jingle bells and some Christmas-shaped Play-Doh cutters. Encourage your preschooler to pick up the jingle bells and add them to the Play-Doh cutters one at a time, counting as they go. You'll find with your Play-Doh cutters that they are a variety of sizes, which gives your child an opportunity to count to different numbers over and over again. Now, as the Play-Doh cutter got a little bit bigger and it was too high for my toddler to count, it was a great opportunity for me to model counting and one-to-one correspondence, which is when you physically identify one item for every one number you say. So moving one bell from the basket into the cutter demonstrates that one-to-one correspondence as I say one number and move one object. This open-ended art activity is just a great way to give your child a little bit of a break from the academic rigor that is involved with playing, because as their little brains are being worked and they're using, it's going to take up some energy. So this one is a little bit more mind-numbing, and they're painting, or rather stamping, with those same Play-Doh cutters that we used before. Now we have a pack of Play-Doh cutters that actually has a different set of cutters for every holiday and every season. And I will link those in our Amazon shop because I absolutely love them. All the green ones belong to Christmas, and all the orange ones belong to Halloween, and all the pink ones belong to Valentine's Day, and it really makes it easy to be able to incorporate thematic Play-Doh cutters in our Play-Doh play as well as other activities. And then of course you can use them for making cookies too. Who doesn't love that? Our last activity we're going to share today is a fine motor activity, and this is scissor skills. In an open bin for your child, place some pieces of scrap wrapping paper and ribbon and allow your child to openly and freely practice cutting. Now this should absolutely be done under supervision. Now you know your child best, and you know if they are ready to be unsupervised with scissors. My toddler is definitely not. Another good thing to know with practicing scissor skills is it is very important the way that your child holds a pair of scissors. Just to give you a little picture, elbow needs to stay in and down at their side, thumb stays up, and the other fingers stay on bottom. The rhyme that we say at home is 3 in the bottom and 1 on top. The alligator says, chomp, chomp, chomp. And that helps him to remember that that thumb needs to stay on top, and then I physically just show him that the elbow needs to stay down. The other thing is to label your non-cutting hand as the helping hand. The helping hand holds the paper. The helping hand moves the paper. Also, if you have a younger child who doesn't quite have the dexterity to be able to open the scissors back up, I love these toddler scissors because they actually have a little spring that you can kick forward and it'll pop the scissors back open. So all they have to do is push down and the scissors themselves will bounce back open, which is a great way to start practicing with scissor skills. Oh, you guys are always so patient. Let's get to the giveaway. Have your fingers ready because we are ready to move forward. Okay, so for today's giveaway, we are giving away 10 copies of our entire Christmas themed unit. You'll want to go to the website in the description below and type in this coupon code right here. I've already checked it and it's totally working. So last time I know I accidentally had it scheduled for like an hour later, but it is working. So the first 10 people to use that coupon code will get it absolutely free. But if you are new to our curriculum or you just want to try out one of our older units, I'm going to include a second coupon code, which will give you a 20% discount on any of our other units 1 through 4. This discount will work all the way until our next unit comes out. Anyone, absolutely anyone who wants to pick up one of those older units 1 through 4 is more than welcome to and get a 20% discount with this other coupon code. And I'll also have that coupon code listed in the description below. You guys are awesome. We are so thrilled that you are loving the curriculum. I'm overwhelmed with how well it's being received and how much fun you guys are having with your kiddos. Thank you guys so much for participating in our play-based preschool program, for being here and supporting our channel. It really means the world to us. As I said before, our next preschool curriculum will be coming out on January 5th, which is all about winter. So stay tuned for that. And this coming Tuesday is actually mine and my husband Quinn's wedding anniversary. So we'll be sharing our story of being middle school sweethearts, showing some videos from our wedding and kind of just telling our story there. So I am really excited to share that about us with you. We hope you guys are having a great December, a great kickoff to your Christmas season, and we're so happy to be a part of it. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Until next time, bye.